Well, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be covering our Nakshatra videos, Nakshatra series. And as you know, we're covering Rahu through Nakshatras right now. So we're going backwards in there. And today we're going to be covering the Nakshatra of Purva Ashadha. And what happens when Rahu is in the Nakshatra Purva Ashadha in your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know where Rahu is placed in your horoscope, what nakshatra it's in, what sign it's in, what house it's in, all the other planetary details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects at the Speed of Light, and including all my consultations here. So, Rahu in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra. Well, Purva Ashadha Nakshatra is a nakshatra which is a very watery nakshatra. It's a nakshatra of taking the first step, okay, towards nourishing our spiritual senses, towards nourishing our emotions and our inner consciousness towards moksha, towards enlightenment, towards understanding God, towards understanding that source energy. Not towards understanding religion, okay? As much as Sagittarius represents the belief system of humans, created by humans, this nakshatra is not about that. Actually, on surface, none of the nakshatras, except Uttara Ashadha, Mula and Purva Ashadha nakshatra are really the nakshatra that are far beyond the meaning of what Sagittarius really is. You know, because Sagittarius, although represents philosophy, higher education, higher belief system, but it really has been grounded upon the foundation of religion and organized religion. But on a deeper level, the organized religion are simply trying to portray the fact that you can attain the understanding of God through religion. Like you go to a temple, you go to a mosque, you go to a church because you want to get closer to that God, right? But underneath, to understand God, you don't need none of that. You don't need to believe that I am identifying myself with this religion and this God. Because then you are completely delusional and you have no idea what anything is in this world. If you identify yourself with a certain religion. So Purva Ashadha represents our first step towards understanding what the source energy wants us to do in order for us to get us closer to it. And this is a nakshatra of nourishment. This is a nakshatra of love, giving pure love. Pure because of the fact this is a nakshatra that is ruled by Venus. Venus is love, right? Venus is the highest form of Venus, okay? It's not sex and romance or luxury and jewelry. No. The first and foremost essence of Venus is pure divine love. Devotion and love is what this Venus represents. Because this is why when Venus is exalted, a person really is wanting to love everything at an equal level. Wanting to understand the world through love. Where some other Venus will understand the world through materialistic things, through love, sex, through death. But there's a reason why Venus was assigned to this nakshatra. Because it's about giving your pure devotion to nourishing your spiritual senses. And this nakshatra literally is like our body. It's majority of it is ruled by water, the god of water. I forgot the name of that deity. I think it's Amas, something. But mainly the thing is the deity of water rules this nakshatra. And it is the most purest water, like Revati. But Purva Ashadha, because it rules by Venus, can also show that creative senses in this nakshatra. Like you will see. Find anybody who's an artist, okay, or an actor, singer, songwriter, with this nakshatra. And especially with moon in this nakshatra, you will notice that their art and creativity has some spiritual or philosophical message in it. When they make art and do art, it will be towards a more spiritual, transcendental side of life, including, let's say, if your 10th Lord, 2nd Lord, or 6th Lord are in this nakshatra, then again, you will try to define yourself through those things. So now, the Asura is stepping in. And this is a nakshatra which is a nakshatra of Brahmin, not Brahman caste. Okay, people are so delusional, they think if I'm a Brahman caste, that's the only time I'm a Brahman. And that's the limited mind, the ignorance we have. You know how we used to be ignorant in astrology when we started? Like astrology is this. That's it. That's what astrology is. Then you see it's bigger. You see it's widening, 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 widening. And it goes beyond this screen. And imagine my hand expanding from here in DC all the way to California. That's how deep, big astrology is. And astrology is study of the karma, not the predictive astrology. So this is why the Asura Rahu is stepping into this Brahmin Nakshatra, and especially Brahmin simply means a person who is pure about their knowledge and education. Somebody who simply is curious about wanting to attain knowledge of this universe. That's a Brahmin. Like curious about who am I, why am I here, who created me. That's a Brahmin. Many think like a Brahmin is studying accounting or studying physics or science. No, this is actually just knowing the true self. So Rahu is coming in here. Rahu is the Asura. Rahu is the demon who can never be satisfied with anything. He wants more of everything. And he wants more of everything which is enjoyable in the 5 senses we have. Because where are most of the 5 senses? On the head, right? Taste, smell, see, hear, touch. So that's what Rahu is. Rahu is, all the majority of the senses are with Rahu. Rahu wants to experience the world that he has been thrown into to create by Vishnu. But when Rahu now, just like Revati, Rahu is now coming into the pure water of Purva Ashadha. And what happens is this person in this nakshatra will tend to understand religion, philosophy, higher knowledge for material purposes. They feel like if they gained the knowledge of Vedas, if they gained the knowledge of philosophy, religion, whatever, they think I can use this knowledge now to gain material things in my life. Now I can actually go towards having my 5 senses nourished because I'm in this water of knowledge, and I'm now nourishing this knowledge because I want the fruit. It's all about the fruit with Rahu in this nakshatra. They are looking for something through understanding something. You know, like other planets like Moon or Jupiter or Sun will be like, yes, I just want to understand this knowledge because I want to get closer to God. I want to get closer to that source energy that nobody can understand. Where Rahu is like, I want to understand everything about this, including who created us, so I can actually nourish my 5 senses and feed my 5 senses. Well, how will I do that? Well, whatever I gain here, I'm going to try to go out there and enterprise it. I can revolutionize it. I can change something. Like, imagine, for example, Steve Jobs coming in here. Like, imagine Purva Ashadha is like Xerox. He goes to the Xerox office. They have created this innovative thing called the mouse, where you can touch, and you're touching God, and you can see God through your mouse. And Steve Jobs, aka Rahu type personality, sees that, and bam, something sparked. Like, man, I can take this, and I can literally just spread this everywhere and benefit my company through it. That's exactly what the nature is. As much as many will disagree with it, they're probably not being honest to themselves. I'm sure I will see comments for like, I have this, I'm an extremely spiritual person. Be honest. Perhaps maybe you are honest and you might have Moon here. You might have Jupiter here with Rahu, who is controlling Rahu and keeping it at bay. Moon is here, it's like a tug of war. You want to know your spiritual senses, but at the same time, you want to nourish something that can give you something at the end. And that's what simply Rahu does here. So it's not really about good or bad what Rahu is doing. This is his job. His job in your horoscope is for you to prevail towards these things. That's what its job is. It's trying to show you that your future karma, what you are here to learn through this entity called God, is to understand things on the spiritual level so you can feed your senses. That's it. Whether people might say, oh, that's negative. Yes, this person is a bad person. He's trying to materialize things. He's trying to make money from it. But then someone will be like, no, I'm trying to gain knowledge so I can feed my senses. I'm here living like a soul. So I want to eat. I want to touch. I want to smell. I want to have that smell, good food, that good or delicious food that will come through me gaining this knowledge, spreading it out, having people pay me for this knowledge, and so I can feed myself. So there's no good or bad. It's only your perception who can define this nakshatra the way I'm saying this. But if you just leave it neutral, then you will understand the pure senses of this nakshatra, because it's Rahu. He exists in your chart, and he also existed in the chart of Sri Yukteswar, Paramsara Yogananda, Osho Rajneesh, whoever, including Ram, Krishna, they all had Rahu Ketu somewhere. It's not like it's only trying to attack you. It has these energies of planets and mathematical points have attacked all the avatars and gods themselves. So don't think you're special, or don't think you're not special. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Rahu in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Rahu is placed, all the other planetary placements, my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.